Shalom, shalom, Israel. It's your girl, Aviella, coming to you with a bit of news today. As always, I hope you're having a very blessed and wonderful day today. There's a couple of things I want to talk about that's going on in the news that, of course, could be directly connected to us. So I'm just going to jump right on into it. We're going to first start talking about this Confederate situation, the Confederate flags and monuments being removed. I'm going to read a little bit of this article and about it, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss. Okay, so Pelosi wants 11 Confederate statues removed from the Capitol. Okay, Speaker Nancy Pelosi is calling for the removal of 11 Confederate statues from the Capitol's National Statuary Hall collection. I'm sorry, I didn't know if I said that word right. In a letter sent on Wednesday, Pelosi asked the Joint Committee on the Library, led by Senate Rules and Administration Chairman Roy Blunt, a Missouri Republican, and House Administration Chairwoman Zoe Lafrogen, a California Democrat, to direct the architect of the Capitol to remove the statues of soldiers and officials who represent the Confederacy. Pelosi specifically mentioned two prominent Confederates, Jefferson Davis and Alexander Stephens, who served as president and vice president of the Confederate States of America, respectively, and who were charged with treason against the United States. Stephens' statue was given by Georgia and Davis by Mississippi. Okay, so Pelosi goes on to say, while I believe it is imperative that we never forget our history lest we repeat it, I also believe that there is no room for celebrating the violent bigotry of the men of the Confederacy in the hallowed halls of the United States Capitol or in places of honor across the country. Okay, hold on one second, Israel. Also, I'm just going to read a little bit more. Adding to the context, NASCAR, the stock car racing league born in the South, announced it was banning the Confederate battle flag from its events. Okay, and of course, I'm going to leave a link to the whole article so you can read everything and see exactly what they're talking about. But we're just going to jump right on into the content of this article and kind of hash through it. First of all, you're going to be able to go on YouTube and you're going to be able to see that there are several monuments and things being banned and pulled down by the protesters and others, agitators alike. Protesters and agitators, whatever you want to call them, are all kind of pulling things down. Now, me personally, I see this as a spiritual thing that's happening. Has Babylon fallen? Are we watching the falling of Babylon? To everybody else, it may appear that, this is wrong. And, of course, we're going to get into the comments of people saying that this is wrong. That they shouldn't be removing the history because they don't want to repeat it. I've heard one person say in the comment section on the videos, it doesn't make any sense because their mind can't handle what's happening. It's happening really, really fast. The Most High is bringing down their world. This place is their world. And it's these statues and these flags and these monuments are idols to them. I'm gonna put a scenario in your head, Israel. Something I was watching, and it came to me as I read these articles about and these videos. As I watched these videos, and read these articles about the Confederate flags and the monuments. It took me back to a documentary that I watched. Now, follow me a little bit, Israel. Follow me just for a moment. I watched this documentary maybe a couple weeks back about serial killers, right? Specifically like maybe some famous ones or something. And the serial killers always did something very particular. They would either keep souvenirs of their victims, or have them around. They would even have them in secret, or they would have it so they can visually see it. Psychologists would say things like they would do that to remind themselves of the incident. They want to, kind of think back on the incident. They're getting some kind of satisfaction, if you will, from looking at the thing, the object that they may have removed from the victim, kind of going back and, fantasizing about what happened when they were, murdering the victim. Let's think about that. Let's think on that for 1 minute. Is this not the same thing where people are upset because they want to be reminded of a time where our people were being slaughtered? They want to be constantly reminded, and they want to remind us that our people were constantly being slaughtered. Is that not like the same type of mentality? I mean, let's be clear. If these are Christians that are saying this, they must not read the same word that I do. Because clearly the word of God says, ye shall make no idols or no graven image, nor rear up any standing image, nor shall you set up any image of stone in your land. This is what the word says. So if these images of these people is not just for history, you can teach that in school if you want us to know so bad. But to stand the image up in a public place to remind yourself, and also to remind the descendants and the ancestors of the people what happened to their people. This still is a white supremacist ploy, where if I go to Mississippi or Florida or whatever, and these statues of Hemming in Florida is standing up, I have to go back into the history of that. I have to know what that really means for possibly my ancestors. Yes, my ancestors. It's that way to still hold on to that white supremacy and glean, if you will, in the fact of the details of what happened in the past. I mean, I don't know. To me, like I said before, as I read these articles and watched these videos and read those comments and watched some of those people speak, it reminded me of the criminal documentaries that I watched on criminals who like to kind of look back on their victims. They're getting some type of enjoyment out of it. They're getting some type of weird feeling from having these statues and monuments up, just like any murderer would with their victims. The narcissistic ones that like to see the people in pain and stuff like that. I don't know. It just had me thinking like that. That maybe that's why they want to hold on to these statues and monuments, just to remind us who we used to be and what they used to be. Now, you got to understand, the Civil War came about because these folks really want to keep us as slaves. We're just going to go ahead and call it what it was. They can call it, it's a sign of rebellion and heritage, but all your heritage is simply you just wanted to keep us as slaves. Period. We're just going to make it simple. You didn't want to change your way of life. And it was a money issue, and you didn't want to change the way you lived. And when you fly that flag and you glean over these statues and monuments, you're pretty much kind of saying the same thing, and you know it. You know that that's what you're saying. I remember the good old days. I watched a video a couple years ago where I guess a couple was eating, and another family came in, a black family came in, they were eating, and something happened. And they got into an argument, and of course it went viral. And the woman said, my family used to own your family. This is the reason why they like to wear their little t-shirts and fly their flags and do all this stuff, so they can remind us that their families used to own our families. But those days are long gone. You guys are going to be reminded more and more every day that you might as well go ahead and enjoy these few moments of what you got left, because the Most High is the one behind the tearing down of the statues and the monuments. The Most High God is the one in behind it. I know there are some conspiracy theorists who, I can be a bit of a conspiracy theorist myself, but for the most part, I never put Hasatan's plan over the Most High's plan. Yes, Hasatan always has a plan, but I do believe that the Most High has always got a plan that trumps his plan all day. We have to have faith in that. We can't be walking around here thinking that Hasatan has so much more power and is doing so much more than the Most High God. There's nothing that he is doing or that he's planning for that the Most High doesn't have a plan for, that is going to be greater than whatever the Most High has. We have to always have faith in that. Yes, we need to be prepared. Yes, we need to be prayed up. But we should never feel like whatever Satan has going on is way more important than whatever the Most High has going on for us. We must never forget who we serve. He's powerful. He's all-being. He's all-knowing. There is nothing more powerful than him. So we can never give Hasatan this much glory and credit. But as I said before, I'm reading the comments and people are just really losing it. Things are changing daily and they're changing fast, and people are not able to handle it. They're also talking about some other things like defunding the police. And I said this before that I was going to get into it, but I'm kind of waiting so I can gather some more information, because I'm not really sure how I feel about this whole defunding the police thing. But I know what it means for them. I'm just going to say a small thing about the whole defunding the police. What I believe it means for them. I think they're afraid, because you have to understand they've been using the police as a private goon squad. I know they're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? If I can't just call the police for any mundane reason, just any old reason, black folks just minding their business, and I can't just call the police on them, what am I going to do? So I believe that within itself may be a bit scary. If you can't harass folks and you don't have a system behind you to harass folks, that would be the scary part. I do believe they need some type of policing, maybe not to the degree that it is now. They probably do need to dismantle the whole thing and start again. But I do think they need to have some type of, police, but not maybe the ones that we have now. Dismantling and starting over might be a good idea. But I see that people are just afraid of that. But I believe that even in that, the Most High is behind it. Just tearing down all of their idols. Going in, it feels like he's going in and gutting everything out from the inside out. Tearing down the very fabric of their being. And I'm enjoying it because it's his work. I mean, we knew that things were going to change, but to see them unfold so dramatically in the year of 2020, it's quite refreshing. And I'm glad that I'm here to watch and witness history, because these things will go down in history no matter what's going on. These things that are happening now are unprecedented, and they'll go down in history. The police being dismantled, the monuments coming down, people are setting up little I don't know. I think it's somewhere in Seattle, Washington. There's something going on. I don't want to say it because I don't have it pulled up right now, but I know they were setting up some type of barricades where other people can't get in and the police is nowhere around. As I read the comment section and as I go on certain news channels to see what people are talking about, see what everybody's feelings are. Of course, the Mzungu people are just afraid. They're running out of insults. They were insulting real heavy last week and scapegoating certain individuals that are being hurt and being killed in the protests. And now they're just like running out of things to say. You can feel the fear kind of setting in. And it's the fear really of the change that they know is coming. It's that fear that you can sense coming from them. And it's unfortunate that some of those hearts are so hardened that all you have to do is let go of the animosity, let go of that hatred, let go of that supremacy thought process. Go with the change that the Most High is putting out here. Just love his people. And you guys, it's really hard for them to do. I mean, for some of them, it appears to be like loving us is like they would rather kill themselves than love us. They would rather kill themselves to see us as equal or just regular humane people like they are. It's really sad. It's really sad, but I believe in the Most High Yah and his words and what they say, and I'm watching them come into fruition. Israel, we have waited for the moments that we are seeing before us today. And I'm just grateful to be here to see it. I know you all are too. And we all now just waiting for the next phase of things. Whatever that may be. Who knows? We have to keep in close contact with the Most High to get word from him what to do next. But, I guess in the meantime, we just stay prayed up and everything like that. Stay prayed up and stay close to him so that we can stay in his good graces, following his word and just watching everything that's going on. But anyway, Israel, I just want to make a short video about some things that are going on today. I'm pretty sure you know. Pretty sure you've been watching. But you guys stay prayed up. Stay safe, Israel. And I love you all with the love of the Mashiach. Remember, we are one body in motion. Until next time, shalom, Israel.